Lego minifigures aren't that realistic. I mean, people don't really have yellow skin, rectangular legs, and claws for hands. But what if minifigures had fingers? I'm gonna make my own realistic minifigure to find out. In order to make my minifigure, I'm gonna make the separate parts. The legs, head, and body. Let's start with the head. First, I'll roll a cylinder to about the same thickness, and I'll cut it to size. Now I'll add some realistic facial features. And there's our little face. It'll look a lot better when it's painted. It's exactly the same size as a regular minifigure head. Now for the body.
The Lego body has an unrealistic body standard. I mean, we can't all look like that. So I'm gonna make a body type that's more like your average man. And here it is. What do you think? Now I'll mold some separate arm pieces.
They're the exact right length to be arms. Now I've got to add the hands, but since we're doing realistic, I'm gonna add fingers. This doesn't look like Lego at all, but when it's attached to the body, it'll look pretty good. Finally, it's time to make the legs. This leg looks about right. I've just got to cut out the toes. Looking good. And that's it. Now I've got every body part I'll need. I can bake these and paint them.
One hour later.
Alright, it's done. Nice. Man, that's hot. It's time to paint these pieces. For the skin color, I'm gonna use a little bit of flesh color, along with some white. And because it's still Lego, I have to make them have their iconic yellow skin. This is super delicate work. I'm getting paint all over my fingers. I guess I can't really avoid that. Now that I've painted the pieces, it's time to add the highlights. It's gonna need some red details, and Lego figures are well known for their black eyes. And finally, it's time to put a thin wash over it. This'll make it look more like real flesh. Now these pieces look really dirty, just like real people. So now I can connect them and make my final minifigure. I put tiny holes in the sides so that I can connect the pieces. And I'm gonna do it with this paper clip. The clip will work as an axle in between the pieces. I just need to cut it to the right size. This will connect the arm to the torso. Watch and learn. Okay. And now it has one swinging arm. He's looking weird and freaky. That's good. Now his waist goes on. And he's ready to have his legs put in here. There, now he has his free moving legs, free moving arms. He just needs his head. And on goes the head. And there's your realistic minifigure.
Wow!
He has fully articulated limbs and a turning head. He's just like a real minifigure, only a bit too real. He can even be accessorized. Like I can give him this hairpiece. Wow! What about skating? That's pretty fun. Let's see if the realistic guy can skate. This guy is so cool and not at all creepy. Right? Can he skate? No! Now I'm gonna build a little house for him. But you know, it isn't really right to use regular plastic bricks. Since a minifigure is made of plastic and Lego bricks are made of plastic, technically, Lego bricks are made of people's flesh. So let's make a few flesh bricks. Here's some clay to make it. I made a big block of clay so I can cut the bricks out of it. And I've also put some studs on them so they look like real bricks. Now it's time to paint these. I'm painting these the color of my own skin because it's supposed to be realistic. Now it's time to add some red highlights. Now I've added the red. These things look kinda gross. So I'm gonna breathe some life into them by giving them eyes. You know, being watched by these random fleshy bricks kinda makes me uncomfortable. And here they are! These things are the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Time to build this guy a house. Whose house is cooler? Well, this one's nice and clean, and this one's made of human flesh. Maybe we'll go with the red one.